WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus. WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of skycams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, you got your little Jackie on.
I'm freezing.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Were you freezing out there?
Yeah, but I'm always cold.
Why don't you tell me and I'll change the temperature? I make it too cold.
Most people get it really hot, so I just don't bother, and I just bring
Yeah.
layers.
Well, my thing is it's when I come in, it's really hot in the studio. And I knock the temperature down, but I think I do make it too cold. And I'm not going to lie to you.
What?
No, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it gets so cold. It's like,
Yeah.
So in the future, just say, whatever, just get involved.
Okay.
That's all I could say. Because
Okay.
I go to that thermostat and I hit that thing
Usually
hard.
It's freezing in the morning.
Yes. Do you like that?
No.
I can't stand
I
it.
can't.
But
like,
I want to know. Don't say it here. We're not going to
No.
incriminate. But I want to know who's making it so cold.
I don't know either, but
Okay.
half the time that people end up being hot in the morning, which I don't know how, but so I just don't even bother, and I
Okay.
just bring layers.
Yeah.
But it's usually freezing in the mornings,
It
especially
is.
in the winter.
Well, when I come in, it's warm. It's sometimes uncomfortable. Then I change the temperature, make it too cold. I admit it gets too cold. Like I'll go back out there in a little bit and I'll
It is
change
like
it.
Arctic.
Yeah, it's a little too much. I agree with you.
But anyway,
Well, this is meteorologist Ashley Civic. She is a temperature consultant here for the studio, and I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Roberts. On a Friday evening, we're talking about weather. We're talking about some nice weather at that. And, maybe you will be a little too chilly in the morning, as a matter of fact, because it's the biggest cool down we've seen in a while.
yes,
It's real. It's
Mhm.
happening. Get on board, people.
yes.
Low 60s, upper 50s in some cases, and we could be looking at lower humidity too, which makes it feel delightful. I mean, I'm excited about this forecast.
Me too. Yeah. Over the next couple of hours, we'll really start to see temperatures drop off and clouds also clear out overnight. So you may see a pretty starry night for your Friday evening. And then heading into tomorrow morning, plenty of sunshine to go around, starting off in the low 60s, lower humidity pretty much all day long. We're looking at very comfortable conditions for your Saturday. Highs are going to be in the low 80s. Sunday, we'll start to see a little bit of a warm up into the mid 80s and maybe a little bit more humidity around, but not super noticeable just yet for this weekend. And there may be an isolated shower or two Sunday afternoon, but most of us stay relatively dry for this weekend and into the first couple of days next week. And then temperatures are going to be on the rise into the 80s, upper 80s, low 90s for the first couple of days in June. So definitely going to be feeling like the summer months, even though we are 22 days from the first official day of summer. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's good. Always anxious to hear your forecast. Y'all do a great job. That's from Dixie Litton.
Oh,
I wouldn't be too anxious though in this forecast,
is a good
but I get what you're saying.
forecast.
You're anticipating it. That's what
Yes.
you're anticipating it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it too because you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. So
and then when we talk rain chances,
mhm.
We can pretty much confidently say we're going to stay mostly dry through the weekend
Yeah.
and into the first couple of days next week. It's the second half of the week where we could be looking at a little bit more of an unsettled weather pattern for us, but models are still going back and forth on if we're going to see a good amount of rain, if we're not really
Yeah.
going to see any at all. Here's just one model run showing us what we can expect next week, maybe a few showers around Wednesday, and then it's really Thursday, Friday that we could see more showers around, but again, still questionable on just how much we're going to see and exactly where we're going to see the rain for the end of the week. I also think that it could come down to some of this haziness and this dust coming off the west coast of Africa and into the Gulf towards the end of next week and into the weekend. That could also play a little bit of a role into how much rain we could see again second half of next week.
And that's going to lower the moisture in the atmosphere. It'll give us those prettier sunrises and sunsets. It also make them a little hazy, and it could be a little bit of some respiratory illness depending on how dusty the air gets. So just keep that in mind. Janice, Frank, time for me to get that pool up. I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I got to inflate it this weekend. So
it'll be a great pool weekend.
Deborah Burnham, you wish it would rain. Well, you've been doing
a bunch of rain.
You've been doing a lot of wishing this month, is all I can tell you, because we're wound up with the second wettest May on record. So that's the thing. We bumped 100-year plus record to get here.
Yeah.
But we had about triple the normal amount of rainfall in May. So that's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And then looking at the tropics.
Wait, why are you looking at the tropics?
Because the beginning of hurricane season is on Sunday. It's June 1st. I know. Can't believe we're already talking about the tropics again.
It's that time. 6 months out of the year.
Yeah. And if you are wondering how we can prepare for hurricane season,
how can we prepare for hurricane season?
We have a special coming on at 7:00 on WLBT in about
23 minutes.
Talking about preparedness before hurricane season starts. So definitely go over after this and check it out. Just some overview of what can you dive into?
Well, I did a story on emergency management's response. You did a story.
I did a story on how to prepare.
Yeah. So you got some stuff on there too.
Yeah.
So that'll be tonight at 7. And I just wanted to explain this weather map that you see right in front of you. This is the satellite picture. This is not showing dust, but this shows moisture in the atmosphere. Notice how there's so little of it in the Atlantic, the Gulf, the Caribbean. That's because of all the dust that's really mixing in, at least in the Atlantic, and will eventually overspread the Gulf and the Caribbean too. So just to give you an idea, this would limit tropical potential for the next 7 days. It's not looking all that great.
Yeah. And then that's pretty much all I have. Just leaving you guys with what we're looking at.
I see the clearing skies are coming.
town.
Hey, Demisha Sims, what's going on? They're getting the pool up now.
Sounds like a plan.
Let me know, people, when you want me to come by. All right.
My place just got their pool up too.
Oh, really? Look at that.
It's been up, but then they had to repair it, and now it's up again.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Well, like I said, I just got to get the air pump out, and I'll have my pool going. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Wouldn't that be funny?
I gotta get my inflatables pumped.
Yeah. I always wanted to do that when I had a dog. I wanted to get the pool, like a little kiddie pool for her, just to see if she'd like it. But she was hardcore. I'd take her to the beach down on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and she'd run right into the water.
Wow.
And I think the first time she ever did that to me, I always kept her on a leash, but the first time she ever did, I said, I'm going to lose a dog today.
Oh, no.
I am going to lose a dog today. It scared me, but she loved that water so much.
Yeah.
So one day in the future, I want to have a dog. I've always said this. I've said it to you probably before. I want to have a dog that jumps in the pool with me. Like, come on, let's hang out.
The retrievers like to do that.
I know. My first dog was petrified of the water. Reese loved the water. She loved it. She couldn't get enough of it. She had no fear whatsoever. And then when I was a kid, I lived on a lake. I grew up on a lake, and our neighbors had a dog. And anytime the neighbor's dog saw me swimming, because I used to swim quite a distance. I was a really good swimmer. I was a lifeguard a little bit. And the dog would see me and jump in the lake and go swimming with me. Oh yeah, it would just be the funniest thing. Like I'd be swimming, and all of a sudden I'd look, and the dog's swimming along with me, and I'm like, "What are you doing out here?" But she was a friendly dog. She was really sweet. Oh, she loved to hang out. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. So it's gonna be a nice weekend. Low 60s in the morning. That's fantastic. Low humidity. A great start to your weekend. I think the whole weekend's gonna be nice. There could be a few showers Sunday. Don't let that ruin your weekend plans. Okay, do not let that ruin your weekend plans, because any showers we see Sunday will last for like 5 minutes. If that. Yeah. So don't believe the hype. And the real rain, if we see any of it, comes back later next week. Mildred Washington Simpson, Mississippi Museum, LaFleur Park over on Lakeland has a splash pad free.
It's a great place to go.
That's where I'm going. Right in my suit right now.
There you go.
But y'all have a great weekend. Ashley's going to be off for a couple days, deservedly so. She's been doing a couple different schedules this week. I think you worked a lot last week too, as a matter of fact. So we got y'all straight on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure
we're all caught up.
I was meant to make sure that I keep their hours honest and all that stuff. And So we'll keep you posted on all that going forward. But we want to make sure that you have a great weekend. Get out there and enjoy this weather because it's going to be perfect for just about everyone. And it's just going to be so nice out there. I will see you tonight on Fox 40 News at 9 and WLBT News at 10. And then I start my weekend as well. So enjoy yourselves, folks. And thanks for joining us as you always do. Don't forget our Hurricane special. Hurricane starts in 19 minutes at 7 p.m. on WLBT3.